champ is here.
I'm going to continue to stand with the people.
The champ is here.
I will not lose.
I'm a bad man. I shook up the world.
Yes, welcome. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with we. My name is EJ, and I got my man.
MH.
And you see, we both sharp, man, because we bring you inside the locker room, but this is a little bit of a special locker room, man. We're just going to head down maybe like a little bit of memory lane, but 300 episodes, brother.
Yeah, Mr. 300, man. Congrats, brother.
Congrats to you, man. You know, they said we couldn't do it.
There you go. Give me your flowers.
Man, I was going to pop the champagne, you know what I mean? Get a little bubbly flowing in here, man. So, bruh, I mean, life is about a journey sometimes, and you forget that, you know, and I know we have been head down, and like 300, it's funny to say it, but 300 snuck up on us, man.
I mean, quick, honestly. I know we've been at it for, I mean, we vets in it now, you know,
Yeah,
6
absolutely.
years, 6 years and some change, but still a lot of hard work that went into it. And I mean, it's been cool. It's been all a vibe. It hasn't seemed like work. It's just been vibes, man.
Well, I think we even talk about this, man. You know what? Let's do that too, right? So, you know, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and we usually talk about like checking in, and a lot of time during this journey, I mean, through COVID, man, through, you know, just work ups and downs that you kind of navigate through, and just life, you know, loved ones we've lost, or, you know, moving on and all of that good stuff. So this has been what we call microphone therapy, man. So it's been good testing the mic 1-2 with you all day.
No, it's real. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like a step away from reality, because it's very real. The conversations that we have, you know, personally, and the guests that we have on, and the topics that we cover, all very real and all very true. But sometimes it is a good, you know, time to just kind of step away, whether it's an hour, a couple hours, and you know, just fellowship, for lack of a better term, man. It is good, and you know, as particularly Black men, just in men in general, man, we tend to carry a lot on our shoulders and our heads, and I don't always have the opportunities to express those things verbally, so to speak. So to be able to express it verbally free on our own platform, say what your chest, say what you want to say, you not really be unapologetic. It is refreshing. And then we can go back to reality and do what we got to do. But no, it's been vibes, man. It's been good. I appreciate you, brother.
So, man, when you were doing this, like, was there a time where he's like, "Oh yeah, we got something"? Was it just like right when we talked about it, like in the development stage, or was there a couple times it hit where you just like, "Nah, man, this is something," or you know, just kind of like, even if it was just like what it was for the people, like when did you have any of those kind of aha moments?
I think it's pretty early on, to be honest. You know, a little bit about my background. I grew up playing sports, and then after I was done playing sports, I coached, and then I kind of found my way into, you know, sports business, so to speak. But, you know, had I had full awareness for just the vast of, you know, things and opportunities in sports, you know, maybe my path would have looked slightly different. I'm thankful for the path, but it made it look slightly different. I might have got here, you know, a few you know, years or days before I did. And so to answer your question, I've learned a lot just during just talking to guests and learn from you, and just kind of hearing different journeys. And so probably early on, season 1, just kind of hearing the different avenues of, you know, how people get to where they are. And I was like, I think we have something. It's a lane that's, you know, fairly untapped. You know, I think a lot of people talk sports, and we do that too. Like we talk sports too, and that's a vibe. But I think we have something that's very special when it comes to the business of sports, and particularly telling the stories of those that you know, have made their different journeys there. So I think we got something really special, man. When did you think? I know you kind of the originator, the thought creator. So when did this thought, I guess, come to mind that's like, hey, this is something that we need to do?
Well, I mean, it was just kind of, it was so funny. I sometimes see trends and just sitting, when you're doing your day to day, and we always talk about like having a voice, and there's just so many ways and things, and like we talk just kind of like even early on when we were doing some of the work that we've done in our professional careers, and it just hit me, man. Like it's like no one's doing this right to this degree. Maybe people have jumped out and been all over, but no one's like taken this lane and said, no, this needs to be done. And I think that was like, I think that's what really changed it. Cause like, wow, we were in the concept phase thinking there was a lot of ways that you could have done it, right? Like just be Vegas or be an influencer, right? Cause there's people that want to do it for the wrong reasons. And it's like, no, man, like I think this is our lane. And the fun, like I'll never forget where we were. We were outside of Chipotle. We were both doing lunch. And I was
like, right next to that Buffalo Wild Wings over there.
And I said, yo, and it's like we always would run into each other, doing work and things like that. And I was like, hey man, I think I finally got it. I'm trying to do this. This is what I think it is. He's like, yep. Without hesitation, man. He was like, no, man, I'm all in. And then like it just rocket ship from there, man. So I think that was the early thing. But then the funny part is like, I'll never forget All-Star Week in Indiana. I'm down there, representing, have our merch on, have the thing on. And this dude runs, I don't want to call him, this guy runs up to me like, EJ, Black in Sports? I'm like, come on, man. So I'm like, okay, Ashton or Anthony Davis, where y'all at? I know y'all got these reality punk shows, right? And he's like, yo, man, I'm a big fan of this show. I used to work with MH. MH is my homeboy, man. Like what y'all do, and like gave mad love. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Cause out the blue, you know what I mean? And they see the logo and understand what we're doing. And I think that's the great part of it, right? Because it's not only are we have fun, but we are, just kind of giving people that lane and that voice. Cause, when we came into sports, and I think how you were saying when you give me a little bit of background, you're like, man, if I would have known some other things, would my journey been a little different or less headache? So I think those are a couple of moments for me.
I agree with you, man. Shout out to that that time. I mean, was there any, when you hit to a lane that is I guess unmarked or whatever the word is, and nobody's really feeling that lane,
right?
Was there any fear from you initially?
I think the biggest fear for me is like being bold, right? I mean, it's called Black in Sports. And I know we have, and just different places, like, well, can white people listen to it? Right. I'm like, oh, come on, man. Like, we got to grow up here, right? And I just think like that part was one of the things. And I think in the time and nature, and we did this masterfully, right? Like, it's Black in Sports, the business side of sports. So for it to be successful in business, you got to be in the black, right? Like, so it's a little double entendre, but we only one of the people that understood that. And then without explaining it, a lot of people understood it too. So I think that was the only kind of worry or backlash. But then I think also, when you go through things, you understand there's a tribe. And I believe our tribe is naturally kind of, rocked with us. So
I agree, and I'm gonna piggyback wherever you left off at our tribe, man. There's been some supporters since day one, family, friends, colleagues, coworkers, however you want to say that. It's been really rocking with us and listen day to day and say, hey, there's somebody else that you guys should talk to, or I like this, or maybe you guys should try this, and I want to get you guys here, and I want you guys to be here. So really shout out to all those that have supported us. Now we're looking at 300, but I know there's a handful that's been there since day one, and so I really appreciate to them too, for sure.
Yeah, so a couple quick shout outs, right? Like we even did that on our last live show, just shouting them out, and putting together that little fun little graphic, just to be like, yo, out of 35 plus, live shows, we've had a couple of people that have been to damn near all of them, right? So shouting them out and just thanking them for taking that time, whether it's an hour and a half or whatever it is, to kind of, just be a part of the growth. I mean, everything to, Auntie meeting with us, being the unofficial, official first episode, right?
No, for sure. Shout out to her, 40, 40 under 40. You
40
got to
under
stop lying about your age, sis. But shout out to when you see this, you know what I'm talking about. Stop lying to folks about your age. But nah.
Congratulations on that award, though. But
yeah, for sure. Well deserved.
Like everybody, really they'll jump on the show, share on the show, and then just kind of, thank us either on the side or part of the journey. So, that's definitely been great. So with the people we've had, man, who was one guest, if you could think of it? If not, we'll pass it. Just like really going into it, you're like, and then coming out of it, you're like, okay. Damn, I didn't picture that, or I didn't feel that. I didn't see that coming. Is there any one guest that you can kind of think of offhand? You know what I mean?
I mean, there's a few, but let me play with that for a little bit. I guess number one, this happened this season actually.
Okay.
JG.
Yeah.
She was awesome. Like, and I'm not saying like, I mean, when you got doctor in front of your name, you know what you own, right? So not coming from that angle, but I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know this lane, or wow, can I take your course? Like, she's been one of the only people in my life that says, dog, I want to go back to school. Like, I want to go to Hearst courses. Yeah, it was just unbelievable.
Business? Yeah, that's my degree now.
Yeah, so that's recently. And I have another one, but I want you to answer. Go ahead. What you think?
Yeah, so love Jay. Shout out to JG. And that was definitely one. And I love the interaction sometimes because I knew what it was going to be, right? Because like I had a chance, the opportunity to meet her, and then but it still exceeded what I thought, man. So shout out to her. Money Mike. Money Mike. When he dropped the anthem, and for him to kind of graciously get on, because at first we were attempting to coordinate with him, and it was really turning the height of, what would you do if you had 150,000, right? So Carolina Mike, I said Money Mike, excuse me, but Carolina Mike just really came on with the energy and to see like how he's growing. And I think that's just a testament of the lane in the sports, right? He's like an engineer, like just a real heavy technical person by trade. And he has his hobbies, right? So he's in sports. He loves tennis, right? So that's his game of choice. But then here he is like writing these anthems for all these teams. And since he's been on, he's done the Carolina Panthers. He's done the basketball team. He's done the Hornets. He's done Wake Forest. Like, and he's just like living in that kind of time. And I think that was one of the enjoyable things that just really, you didn't really know what you were going to get in, because he could have came in and been really gimmicky and not hit, but he came on and he was is really in his bag, man. So that was one for me.
I love it, and I agree. I totally agree. I mean, we touched cornhole,
bruh. Like, the fact that we've touched everything, and like every now and then now, like after there's a couple other surprises I got up my we need to get our overnight guy over to get us a couple of we got to get a water polo person. Like, I mean, after that, bro, we got to make that happen.
No, that's legitimate. Shout out to the Cowboys.
But shout out to AJ, man. Hey, if no one else is rooting for you, I am. And he was really big, and even like kind of stayed up touch with us. And, we haven't got him out here. I know they have that tournament out here, man. So hopefully he gets back out here one point or another. What is something that you've got from someone, right? Like, what was a bomb, like a Woj bomb that you got from someone that you sat back and were like, because we have a lot of it, right? And I don't know. And I know I'm putting us both on the spot, just kind of these random questions, but it's just that one thing that, I mean, even talking about like, oh man, how I'm going to look for, to raising your daughter, those aspects that kind of came through, or just perspectives that we get to hear, because those are not our journeys, those are not our testaments. And hearing it from someone else, is there anything that just like jumps out to you or comes to mind?
Not necessarily not like an individual outside of. I got to shout out King Gene. Like, he always comes up. But I learned a lot from Gene. Just the way he delivers. He has a pen, but he has facts too.
And receipts.
And receipts, and he never gives up his sources. So I love Gene. No, I always learn from him. But shout out to
let's stay on that topic really quick and come back to your shout outs. I'm sorry, but so that was a question. Is there a take that we've heard? And he's our take master. We need to go through all and cut up his take. But is there a take that someone said, from a live or from a show, that we were just kind of either call BS or we're just okay, I really want to put that on the clock and watch that one?
I mean, Kyler Murray is always going to be number one for me. I mean, he said it a few years ago that he was going to be out of the league. And he's not out of the league, but he's definitely not on the Cardinals anymore. I give him partial credit for that. He get part credit for that.
Nice.
So shout out to King Gene when it came to the Kyler Murray take.
Man, my take would be, I have two takes, and I think they come from you. The one take about the CTE, man, and concussions.
It's not a take. It's just it is a take. Yeah,
it is.
It
definitely
is a take. Don't get me started on that.
Tell the truth.
Don't get me started on him.
And then outside of that, dinosaurs, man, like that.
Nah, you see they got that new thing on Netflix now.
Yes, and I was definitely thinking about texting you as soon as I saw it.
Oh, we watched it. Me and the daughter, we watched that. Yeah, I had to.
Still same stance, nothing changed.
I mean, to me, I'm either firmer in my stance now. I just really, if you've listened to our show for the first time, it's not a sci-fi show. We don't do hot takes, but I really truly don't believe in dinosaurs the way that we know them. And then that Netflix show kind of further cements me in my stance. Just the timelines. I just don't get the timelines. But
okay,
neither here or there.
So, what's one show for you that completely went off the rails? Is there any show to you that we just lost it and just was let it ride?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a show. Sometimes our lives get to situations where I'm like,
just let it ride at that point.
Sometimes Bobby Stills will take us there.
Shout out to Bob Stills.
Shout out to Bobby. But yeah, no, sometimes it was I don't know. Nothing really with the shows though. I don't think so. I mean, you'll see it coming out. I'm not gonna give away a show, but there's an industry or there's a platform that is now sponsoring athletes.
Yes.
And that could have went a lot of different ways, but we caught ourselves. We didn't let it get too much out of the locker room.
We didn't do too much information on that one. Right? No, it's our live shows are. It's definitely. I think would you bring that in season 2 or season 3? I don't remember, but was it 2? Either way,
I think it was 2.
Bringing that in was just a great element, man. It was definitely a way to thank the people, like you said, that was rocking with us from day one, to talk about what we had said on the episode, call us out, and we had I love the inside jokes that we get depending on who's there. So just for you to catch up, Tim Tebow references,
Sacramento Kings, Ben Simmons,
Kings, the Cowboys for whatever reason. So just the banter that goes on, and then when you have certain dynamics in the room. So when Miss Ivory comes, Ivory Tab, who we've
the one-on-one with Gene.
Just go. You can't, man. You just almost press record and just open the gates, man. I love some of the things like our football our football show, kind of like what we do, especially when we were on the Prime watch, seeing what Mr. Prime was going to do. But our live shows have been really enjoyable, and the chats. I like when the chat gets heavy too, because people, everybody doesn't want to get on the screen, so we have a few people that are always in the chat, and, and they be getting at people. So please, if you haven't joined a live show, man, hop in there. We stream it usually on YouTube, streaming on X and a few other platforms. It's on Facebook as well. So when you see the alert that we got the live coming up, it's worth 10 to 15 minutes of you jumping on and just having fun and being a part of the conversation. We get some really good questions too from the day, some people jumping out there. All right. Another question I have for you, man. If you could wrap up Black in sports in one word, or maybe a few words, but I'm gonna try to hold you to one word, what would that be?
That's a good one. Let me chew on that. I'm not but I mean, and first, because I've been on this tip all day today, and I was on the drive over here. I was thinking like, I guess I will sum it up with education, and not that we're like, education necessarily platform, but I've learned so much.
We talk gems, 100%.
From this, just from you, and like I said, from our guest, and just different opinions, just different ways of looking at sports, at careers, at trajectory, at growth, at raising my daughter, all types of things, man. I've just really learned a lot in the 6 years that we've been doing this. So I think off top, education for sure.
There you go. And I drop excellence. That'll be my word.
Two E's there.
E's. All right, put them in there. Last thing I want to just talk about is the awards, man. Like, some people don't think they mean anything. Some people, they say they don't play the game for it. And it's not that we do it for awards, right? Like, that's not what we set out. But man, to be honored, man, that shit's crazy. From the first one we won to winning one internationally, like when we looking at the stats and just hearing like our audience is growing, from different locations, because that's the thing about sports, right? It's a global kind of entity, and I think that's what these other sports are really chasing when we talk about international games and the Olympics and things like that. That sports from a globalization kind of thing is just really interesting, man. So I get really excited about those and just kind of humble, right? Like, it's one of those perspective things where we kind of like, damn, that's good shit.
Agreed. And it almost puts a more juice or more battery or power to make you want to keep going, not just for awards or recognition, but just to say like, hey man, we're making an impact. And ultimately I think that's what we started this for, is just to make an impact on our community, to make an impact with each other. And somebody is enjoying and listening and feeling inspired by the work that we do.
Absolutely. Like, what'd you say, Piper? That social battery. If you're social battery, keep your social battery going, man.
For sure.
So, man, 300, man. There was a lot about 300. You kind of like alluded to it a little bit in the pre-show, man. Just it's the tie of 300 in sports, man. Hit us with like just kind of those thoughts around that.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. I just we just saw a young man getting awarded for a perfect game in high school, perfect bowling game, which is 300. And so that's kind of the first thing that comes to my mind. Is like, that's a level of perfection. That's 12 strikes. That's no pin being left. That's the best that you can do. And so to reach 300 episodes, in some ways, like you said, is excellence. I think the next part of 300 was, baseball. That is like the mark of like, hey, you're doing something as a batter. If you get, you're batting 300. That's just kind of like the demarcation line of like you're doing something solid from the plate as a batter. And then the 300 wins mark for a pitcher is like, hey, that's longevity. That's dedication. That's excellence as a pitcher. So those are the three kind of things that come to mind when it comes to 300.
Well, You know, I could hit them with the 300. Are you not entertained? That's what I hit with the 300, man. Like I said, it's been an amazing journey, man. I love sharing it with you. And like I said, like you, just the group, the things that we're doing, we're showing longevity and you know, showing excellence. So looking for over 300 more, man. Anything else you got for the people?
Yeah, my dumb self. When we was talking about 300 episode, the first thing that popped up was Bernie Mac. Mr. 3,000. It wasn't quite 3, but you know, I struggled in school. My math wasn't great, but that did pop up pretty quickly. Shout out.
But no, and that's the thing. We were saying what was next. So yeah, 3,000. That's my man. We went from 3 to 3,000. So we should look into the future.
Yeah, my bad. I struggled.
No, it's all good. Cause I text you. I was like, "Oh yeah, Mr. 300." You like 3? You like, "Oh man."
No, the movie 3,000.
Shout out to Bernie Mac, man.
Yeah, shout out to Bernie Mac.
Well, hey man, here's to 300 and 300 more. You know, we'll pop a bottle on the side, and we'll keep it going, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Love, man.
Absolutely. Well, hey, thanks for rocking with us. Like I said, 300 episodes is no easy feat. Sacrifices, work we put in. We definitely look to bring in interesting, diverse people to talk about different things. And I think we've had almost every corner of traditional sports. So now we're looking out for those different sports to bring you so we can just hear more stories, man. And the more stories we hear, the more we see that we are the same or we battle and we have some same, uphill struggles and learning from each other. So please tap in every Thursday. We drop a new episode. So if you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And if you're not following us, please check us out on all the socials because that's one way that you can get to us. Let us know what you want to hear, who you want to see on the show next. And with all of that, man, we're going to end it and ride out with the same like we always say, man. Please stay safe, practice gratitude, and know we're rooting for you.
Screaming, all us blacks got is sports and entertainment until we even.
Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah. Yeah. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yo. Look. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Spent about 2 racks on handmade new rags. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. That's everybody from sports to college class.